Okay, so good afternoon and a very, very warm welcome to the 2022 Virtual Shares Trading Challenge brought to you by the IE Varsity College School of Management. My name is Dominique Newpin. I'm the head of school for the IE Varsity School of Management. And on this official kickoff call, we have your National Trade Challenge mentor, Antonio Bakiet. I'm going to be handing over to him shortly. And we also have Jasima Jagannath and Shamola Prumji, the Deputy Heads of School for the School of Management. I'm going to just quickly, just aware of bandwidth, I'm going to just quickly wave at you and just tell you I cannot actually put into words how excited we are about the kickoff for this challenge. We've had phenomenal interest from you guys, and we are just so excited to get going. So I'm just going to do a quick recap of a couple of key points that we covered in the information sessions last week, and I'll also just pop into the chat the YouTube channel where you can go and access the recordings from last week. So you would have seen the posters on campus advertising our challenge. We officially kick off today. We're going to run for 2 months until the 21st of November. We have some really great prizes. We've got 5,000 Rand for first prize, 1,500 Rand for second prize, and 750 Rand for third prize. And this is an opportunity that you have to learn about virtual shares trading with expert support and with no money down. And we're going to be using the demo account virtual shares on an online platform called Easy Equities. And we're going to be speaking to that a little bit shortly again with Antonio. He covered some of the basics last week, and we're going to delve more into that this week as we set you up for the challenge. So just to sort of reiterate from last week, the Virtual Shares Trading Challenge was identified as a fun, collaborative, and highly supportive way of providing you with the opportunity to learn the basic skills of online shares trading. The skills involved in managing your money and planning your trades are skills that are going to travel with you for the rest of your life. And they're skills that you can call on regardless of how your goals change and how your definition of success and what you're aiming for in your life changes. It's a skill that you can start learning and practicing today, and this challenge is aiming to provide you with the opportunity to do exactly that. So how it's going to work, we're going to be using an online trading platform called Easy Equities. You need to get your account set up on there as soon as possible if you haven't already, and if you don't already have an existing account. You can compete in this challenge on your own, and you can also compete in a team with 2 other teammates so that you have 3 in total competing. We want to keep the team numbers down to quite small teams so that you do all learn how to trade. And to that end, we also are saying to you, if you register in a group or if you compete in a group, please register your own account with Easy Equities. You can't share your account. It's got your personal information in there. And we want each of you to learn how to work with the platform and how to trade. So if you're partnering up with teammates, discuss how you're going to trade and then go back and effect those trades in your own account. How will you know what to do? We've had some questions about, I don't know anything about trading. How am I going to know how to move forward? And that is exactly the point of this challenge. So if you know absolutely nothing about equities, ETFs, share trading, or whether you have actually already been playing in that space, this challenge is going to provide you with a supported way to actually add to your toolbox or to learn how to get out the gate and to start trading. You're going to have national online sessions with Antonio, your National Trade Challenge mentor. You're going to have ongoing communications from your School of Management team, and that's from your national team and your campus team. And there's very good 24/7 online support via the Easy Equities platform itself. To that end, when we have the national calls, and what we'll do is we'll have weekly calls in this time slot for the next couple of weeks until we're all settled in, and then we'll discuss with you, and we'll decide on the best sort of structure for the calls going from there. But we will be emailing you the collab links, and from here on out, with the official challenge and with the registration process that we have for the challenge, we'll be communicating with you via your email address that you provided to us. We will no longer be sending sort of general communications via VC Learn. So we'll send the collab links to you via email, but also you are always able to access them through VC Learn through the Digital Resource Center. And I've just included here, and you'll also have access to this recording on YouTube later for future reference. You can go onto VC Learn, you can go into organizations, there's an organization there called Digital Resource Center. And if you click on that organization and you go to the Collaborate Ultra menu link, all of our recording, all of our call links, all of our collab links are going to be in there. So if you can't find the collab link in email, you can always come straight to VC Learn and you can pop onto the call from here. So as I've said, the challenge will run for 2 months until the 21st of November. We're going to then ask you to submit a statement of transactions to us, and Antonio will take you through that. And then we're going to work through those. Those will be independently assessed, and we're going to announce the winners on the 28th of November. And you will see in the chat box, and recall from last week's sessions, we had quite a few queries about, what if I already have an Easy Equities account? What if I've used part of my demo account allocation? And again, Antonio will be speaking to that shortly, as well as how we're going to accommodate students who are non-SA residents and cannot trade in ZAR, because Easy Equities, if you're not a South African resident, I think they will only give you a USD balance in your demo account. So again, Antonio is going to speak to that shortly. All right, if you have friends who still want to register and they haven't done so by now, we are still accepting registrations for a period of time, so the registration link is still open. I'll also post this link again in the chat, and you can also use the QR code that you'll find on campus and also in your emails. I'll always have at the bottom of the emails that go out, you'll have an email banner, and the QR code is in there, and you can use that for as long as the registration form is open. Just a reminder then, once you've registered for the challenge, and please register because that's how we're going to pick up your email address and communicate with you. Once you've registered, then go straight through to Easy Equities and start the process of opening your account if you don't already have an account. And then from there, you'll have a demo account that's allocated to you. All right, so this is a highly supported, highly practical opportunity for you to learn about online shares trading. We want you to have fun. We want you to learn the lifelong saving and investment skills. And today is the official kickoff. And as I've said, from here, we'll communicate with you via email. So please make sure that you do register for the challenge on the form link. And I'll post that again in the chat shortly. All right. Antonio, can I hand over to you?
Yes, 100% sure. Thanks, Dominique. How are you keeping? Welcome, everybody. And thank you for joining in on the official launch of the Easy Equities Challenge. So before I start off with just a general amount of feedback with regards to following on from last week. So we've had 3 introductory collabs. Basically, Dominique has just gone through the more important aspects of the verification and the registration process. And I just wanted to just acknowledge the importance of everybody at this stage. All of the students that are online at the moment might not have attended or connected for those 3 introductory collabs that we had last week. So please feel free. There was a link that was shared with everybody. Please go and listen to those collabs. All 3 collabs have got exactly the same message, and technically will explain all of the competition, the functionality, the rules, and exactly what it is that you need to do to get started. So the purpose of this collab is to officially launch the trading platform. And please, just a couple of important notes from the outset. This is restricted and is only for exchange traded funds. Okay, so it is only for ETFs. The reasoning behind that, first and foremost, is to give all students the opportunity to start off their investment experience, if I can put it that way, and exchange traded funds. And I will encourage everybody who hasn't been on to the Easy Equity website to please go through to the website on the home page and to specifically read up on ETFs. So the www.easyequities.co.za, you'll be able to click on exchange traded funds, and you'll be able to read up on a whole lot of information relating to what are ETFs, some of the features and the benefits, as well as a couple of YouTube videos that has been collated and prepared by Easy Equities directly. I must say that the website is very user-friendly and gives you more than enough introductory information for you to start trading. Okay, so please, I'm re-emphasizing this to all students. Some students have got some experience or even intermediate experience on the Easy Equities platform already. So we need to accommodate everybody from the student that is going to be entering this competition, and therefore their very first taste of investments, to give everybody an opportunity to basically learn, to take a risk, and ultimately to have fun. It's all about learning, dipping your toes into the investment world, and utilizing your experience over the next 2 months for the future in order to build and create some wealth. Okay, all right. So just to confirm one or two little feedback aspects that Dominique was referring to, please note that, and again, I would encourage all of you to please go through to or log into the website. I'm just going to populate it here, which is www.easyequities.co.za. Please make sure that if you haven't already browsed through and also done a little bit of research, Easy Equities has got a very, very good introduction and a little bit of theory into ETFs. Then for those of you that are joining in for the first time, please follow the prompts with regards to the verification and the registration. You have to register yourself and create an account. And then once you log in, you are able to then click on the ETF or the demo account, the virtual funds account. And technically, I think the next section of the work that I will be, or the section of the investment phase that I'll be focusing on, is risk profiling. Okay, risk profiling. So what type of risk taker are you? And the beauty of risk profiling is that each and every person that starts off or continues to invest money, they fall within a particular category. Now, you will see on the website, on the Easy Equities website, that there are technically 4 different risk profiles: conservative, moderate, moderately aggressive, and aggressive. And it's important to note that if you had to click on each and every one of those risk profiling categories, and you did a basic analysis of the number of exchange traded funds that are available for each of those, if you look at the conservative risk profiling, there are 6 ETFs available. If you're looking at moderate, there are 13 ETFs that you can choose from. If you look at moderate to aggressive, there are 27, and there are 47 different types of aggressive exchange traded funds. Now, some students have already come to me on campus here in Cape Town and said to me, where do we start? So I will be focusing on assisting any of the students that do need some assistance to understand what type of risk profile they might fall into, with the general outlook that diversification is the name of the game. If you throw all of your 100,000 Rand into one specific risk profiled ETF and you keep it there for the next 2 months, sure, we're hoping that there's going to be a percentage return on your portfolio. But as mentioned before, right at the beginning or the outset of this competition, I will be assisting students on how to diversify their portfolios in order to average out their risk versus return. Okay, so I'm not going to get too technical on it. I'm not going to go into the investment guru, all of the myriad of information that is tied in behind a risk versus return. But what I will be doing is mentoring, and as I say, you have my email address. I will be mentoring anybody who is not sure of where to start their risk profiling profile, and from there you would be able to select and research a number of ETFs that are available for you. Okay, so if you have started clicking on the various options with regards to your risk profiling category, what I also will be focusing on is what we call the fund fact sheet information on the exchange traded funds, and a couple of important elements that I will be assisting everybody on. How do you see and measure your returns? All right, with regards to the timelines that are presented. Okay, so for example, you'll see that there is a 1 month, a 3 month, 6 month, and 1 year return. All right, how would you gauge? How would you gauge whether that's a good investment for you or not? The selling and buying price, all right, and obviously the last price that you would basically see. All right. How does the pricing work? The investment amount, obviously, as a percentage of your total amount available, and then obviously looking at your research option that Easy Equity does provide. There are a number of, and I must call them opinions from various traders or investors over time, with regards to some of the exchange traded funds that are there. Okay, all right. So so to everyone who is to everyone that is popping in messages in the chat box, I'm just getting through my introductory message, and then I will definitely address those. Okay, all right. So there's a little bit of background with regards to how you can approach. Once you have got your registration and your login details, how would you start off the process of investing? All right. And if you're not sure, please, it would be advisable just to pop me an email so that I can understand where you are in the process, and then give you some form of guidance as to get the ball rolling. And it's my feeling that once you are, that you've worked through 1 or 2 trades and understand exactly what you are trading in, that it's called the good old learning curve, that you will become a lot more confident and a lot more and find the whole process a little bit more easier. But as with everything in life, the first couple of steps just to get off the launching pad can be a little bit daunting. So that's what I'm here to assist you with. All right. So there's been 2 specific questions that have been noted. And one is, what if you've already got an Easy Equities account? So unfortunately, guys, we have been, and Dominique and myself, but I have chatted at great length with the people that are working, including the IT specialists at Easy Equities. And please, guys, just bear with us, because we have got a challenge with some students that have got an Easy Equities account where the demo account has been used and cannot be reset. Now, that is an internal Easy Equities regulation in relation to what the IT and the various parameters that they are using within their structures. I have taken it up to pretty much the top management level, and unfortunately, that is the way that they have designed their platform. However, if you have, for example, used a certain amount of your Easy Equities demo account, whether it be in South African rands or in US dollars, remember that the balance up to 100,000 rand can still be traded, and you can still show a percentage return on that portfolio that you've chosen. So you don't have to invest exactly 100,000 rand. to win the competition, is what I'm saying. Okay, so if you invest in 20,000 or 50,000 Rand, and you have got a certain percentage return on the portfolio of ETFs that you've chosen from the start to the finish of the competition, there is still an opportunity for you to do very well in the competition. So it's not about the quantity, all right? It's not about the quantity of the money that you invest. It's about the returns, okay? The percentage return on the portfolio from start to finish, okay? So to all non-residents, the second big question that came in from last week, for non-residents, you will only, as I understand it from Easy Equities, their rules and regulations, you will be able to utilize the United States dollar, USD demo account. Exactly the same rules will apply. Whoever you deem to invest the money in, the only difference is you will be using US denominated ETFs, but the same rules will apply. If you, whichever portfolio you have invested in, there will be a percentage return that will be measured, and more information will be passed on during the next 2 months. But the percentage growth at the end of the competition stands you in line to win one of the 3 prizes. And more importantly, guys, it's not only about just winning the prizes, it's about also giving you an opportunity to understand the trading platform and what type of components of various investment products or processes that you need to follow in order to become hopefully a successful trader in the future. Okay. All right. So that is pretty much from our side the feedback, and just a couple of tips with regards to the Easy Equities, where they can help you. So just to confirm, Easy Equities have got, and I have put it on before, but I'll put it on again. They have got a specific email address that you can use, which is help me at easyequities.co.za. They have got a live administration program. You can expect an answer back directly from one of their consultants within 1 or 2 days, depending on the length and the caliber of your question. Okay, so if you've got problems with verifications, all registrations, all your basic account, all right, only Easy Equities can help you. But for all general investment, general investment kind of questions, I will be able to assist you with that moving forward. Okay. All right. Any other questions with regards to just the basic formulation of where it is that you need to start at this stage, just to get going? Just a quick shout out. How many students are still waiting for their registration, for their final registration account to be opened? If you can just post that in the chat box. I just want to just get an idea if you're still waiting for your verification or registration to be finalized. Okay, all right. So it looks like the good news is that most of the attendees today, you've already got your registration sorted, and you are at the point now where you can pretty much get going. Okay, all right. So moving forward, and literally the competition is now launched. If you need any assistance with regards to understanding what type of risk category you need or should be aware of, please can you email me? I will then get back to you, because remember that each and every student will have a specific behavioral finance towards money and therefore towards investing. Okay, so it's pointless me going through all of the different types of risk profiling categories and you trying to now assume, okay, maybe I'm this, maybe I'm that. There are some specific questions that I will pose to you. You will then answer them, and it will give me a very, very good idea of what type of investment profile you should be looking at. and also some general feedback with regards to where you could start. So if you're not sure about the different risk profile exchange traded funds that you do see on the Easy Equities platform, please email me and I can give you a starting point within which for you to start trading some money. Okay. Remember, it's not about getting it 100% correct. It's all about trial and error. Okay, you learning as the process goes ahead. So not all of you are going to become gurus in the next 2 months, but it's all about, as I say, trial and error, and basically just understanding the dynamic of ETFs as well. Okay. So Melody, must we use our school email address when registering for the demo account? I suppose you could. I haven't had that question before, but again, the system will kick you out if it's asking. Maybe just use your personal email address. Claire, are we allowed to use offshore exchange traded funds? Yes, you can. So when you go through the myriad of options, some of them will be local, some of them will be global. And as I say, I can assist you with looking at the various options. Ruan, Rand dollar fluctuations then be included in the return calculation. So remember, we're only looking at the portfolio percentage growth in your funds. So I don't think there'll be a massive fluctuation with regards to USD, but we will look into that a little bit more closely. Okay. Okay, so Matthew, there was no old format. So we were always going to look at what were the determining performance analysis close to the time. And now we can confirm that it is the percentage increase in the portfolio from the start, from your first trade to the last trade at the close of competition. Okay, so there were a lot of questions asked about the performance, and we've now confirmed that to make it fair to everybody, especially for those students who have used their demo account before, that it will be based on the trades that you've made. Okay. All right. As always, to everybody, please note for myself and Dominique, this is also a first time opportunity for us to launch this type of competition. We are by no means gurus and specialists in this particular format of registrations with Easy Equities, etc. But if you've got any questions, please let me know. I will be able to then confirm. Do you go straight to the Easy Equities helpline, or is there something that I can assist you with? But together we will make sure that you get the answers, and so that you can progress accordingly. Okay, so please just bear with us. This is the very first time that we're launching this exciting competition. Okay. All right. Any other questions, guys? All right, so just to confirm, moving forward, every week we're going to be having an opportunity to get feedback from you all. And I would think that every week there will be some new information, obviously, that I will share from my side with regards to all the feedback that I've received individually. So I will also be providing feedback that might be pertinent to each of you. Remember, all of you are going to be at different levels or different stages of the investment process. So what one student might find in the first week, another student might only find towards maybe the middle of October. Okay, so just to confirm.
Antonia, we've lost you.
Okay, sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So just to confirm with South African residents, please use the ZAR South African accounts. And then for non-residents, because of the system rules within Easy Equities, please use the United States dollar, USD accounts. And then, so just to confirm, sorry, I don't know where you guys lost me, but just to confirm, every week I will be providing feedback, general feedback with regards to general questions that have been posed by students. Just taking into account that some students might already be at a couple of stages above in the registration and the trading process. And some students might only get to that stage maybe in a couple of weeks' time. It doesn't really matter, guys. We will be providing feedback on a weekly basis with regards to various important pieces of information that have been relayed by other students. And then we can, we can actually address them offline in individual emails as well. Okay, Reese, the offshore ETFs are built into the ZAR demo platform. So if you go through the selection of ETFs, you will find that there are some offshore ETFs that are built into the ZAR as well. Okay, so it doesn't mean that the USD is only there's only offshore. The ZAR has got a number of ETFs that have got a global a selection of investment portfolios as well. Okay, just a question of going through all of them, guys. So remember that there are close to probably around about 100 different types of ETFs, depending on your risk profile. So again, at the end of the day, we need to be able to ascertain what type of risk profiling diversification strategy you might be using. And as I say, if you just let me know if you've got any questions around that, I'll be able to direct you and not make it too complicated for the majority of you as well, just to get started.
And so I'm just quickly sharing my screen so that students can see, that they're on the correct landing page. So when you go to Easy Equities website, this is what the website's going to look at if you've never accessed the platform before. You're going to register a new account, and there's going to be a very guided process that the platform will take you through to prompt you in terms of information it needs, your name, your ID number, residential address. It's going to need banking details because, eventually you'll have the option of uploading funds to be able to trade in future. It'll require documentation from you for a FICA process so that they make sure that you are who you say you are, and that's all sort of government controlled and regulated. And then once they will communicate then with you on email. It doesn't matter if you're going to use your VC email or if you're going to use your personal email. Just remember that this is an account that you're setting up to use for years to come. So beyond your time with IS Varsity College. So use the email address that you're comfortable to use and to access. And then they will communicate with you on email. They'll tell you that they've received your registration. They'll let you know when your account has been verified and opened. And then you'll be able to log in and access the demo account. You'll also set up your username and you'll set up your own password so you can get into your account. And that's why I say you can't share your account with teammates if you're going to be competing in a group, because you've got all of your personal information on there, and ultimately this is your account that you want to use. So if you decide that you want to continue to trade and to learn how to trade, this is your account that you're going to use, and it's important that you learn then how to trade, whether you continue to use this platform or another one. But basically then that you can access it, you can trade, you can learn all the skills that we're wanting to support you in learning here. When you log in, you'll then be able to go into your demo account once it's been created. So it is a very well laid out platform. And so it says here demo account, ZAR, funds to invest 100,000 Rand. This demo account's never been used. You can click on your demo account and you can go to ETFs. Oh, sorry, lost it now. There we go. You can go to ETFs. under select investment type, ETFs, and it will then show you your category tag. So as Antonio has mentioned, you've got different risk categories. So they don't actually have an ETF sitting under a low risk category, but from conservative, they'll then, when you click on the category, it'll show you what ETFs are sitting under there for investment. If you click on moderate, the same, moderate to aggressive, and aggressive. Okay, so that means that all of these are different funds that have been put together. You know, a mixture of different shares, different companies to make up either an aggressive investment strategy, conservative investment strategy, whatever it might be. Antonio, I think then we will then maybe just chat about how we guide students in terms of their selection. But I think for now, pretty much, you know, there will still be a lot of students who are still trying to open their account.
Yeah, 100% right. I think today is just the official launch and getting the account open. And then, as I mentioned, my email address, if you are already at the stage where you'd like to place a trade, but not sure where to begin, then you know, we can just take that individual and offline, and then I can just get to understand a little bit more about the risk profiling that we could use.
Antonio, I see Ria is unsure as to how does this trading work in a team situation. Can you please explain that to her?
Okay, well, from a team situation, remember, you're going to have one person that is basically designated and open up the account. It's not the most ideal situation, to be honest, because basically, if you've got a team of three, all three of you would need to then jointly agree as to basically one risk profile, one investment strategy going forward. So your total performance and the total analysis of the performance will basically be based on three people making one decision with regards to which ETFs to buy and sell, if I can put it that way. So that's how it's going to basically work, that one person will be opening and being verified and registering an account. And then all three of you would basically co-jointly understand what type of investment risk profiling strategy you would use to invest over the next 2 months. Hope that makes sense. All right. It is much better, I must be honest with you, if everybody could give this this competition and register their own individual account. Like Dominique has mentioned, this is something that is going to stay with you. It is very personal, and it is being verified in your name. So this account is got no affiliation and is completely confidential moving forward. So even if you, and when you graduate and have moved way past your study section, study time in your life, you'll be able to still utilize this platform. And for example, you could invest in shares, retirement annuities, etc., etc. So there's a whole number or myriad options for you as you progress through your career as well.
So Antonio, just to add there to Ria's question about the team. So basically, you know, if you're going to be competing in a team with one or two other people, you would then each set up your own Easy Equities account, but then nominate one person who's going to be communicating with us, who's going to be raising questions on behalf of the team. So then that person can put any questions and queries to us and feedback to the team. You'll then, as a team, talk about what strategy you want to follow. So maybe, and part of the conversation about a team is, what is your risk profile going to be? Because you might individually be more conservative or more aggressive, but you know, as a team, you're going to have to reach an agreement on how you're going to trade and what kind of strategy you're going to have. And then once you've agreed on that and you've identified your trades, and we'll still be supporting you in how you do that, you'll then each go back to your own account and you'll go and actually effect your trades in your own account. So basically, your account and your teammate's account is going to look the same. You're going to make the same trades. And then when we get to the end of the competition in November, the person that's been communicating with us to ask your questions and your queries, that person will then send us through your statement of account, and they can pull that from their account, right? Because it should look the same. Their trade account should look the same as yours, and if you're competing with 3 people, as with your third teammate also. So they can then draw that transaction statement from their account, and they can lodge it with us on behalf of your team. Okay. I hope that helps.
Okay, all right, guys, as mentioned, we will be having weekly check-ins with everybody. I will be providing some feedback every week with regards to general feedback with regards to how the progression of the competition is going. So please look out for that. I have again posted my email address so that you can get in contact with me. Please also note, due to the volume of emails, please allow at least around about 24 hours, depending on what type of information that you require. Please allow me around about 1 or 2 days to get back to you. So also please remember, I'm also on campus lecturing. So this is not my full-time designation for the next 2 months. So please just take that into account as well.
Okay, thank you so much. So we will be sending out an email with next week's link, as well as just reiterating the YouTube link where you can go to access the recording from today and from last week, and you'll be able to access all the recordings going forward from there. Antonio has shared his email address for follow-up queries that you've got in the meantime, and then hopefully by the time that we have the call next week, most of our participants will have managed to open an Easy Equities account and should be ready to get trading. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah. Thanks so much for everybody that has joined. Look forward to working closely with you and getting your profits up quickly. All the best, guys.
Indeed. Thank you so much, and have a lovely afternoon ahead. We'll stay on for a couple of minutes in case you have any follow-up.